Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Limitless Show. Today, my guest and I will be talking about quitting corporate at age 40 plus. I am so excited to introduce you to my guest today. She is a woman of many talents. She's a motivational speaker, a YouTuber, and honestly, her content is amazing. Let's get straight into it and welcome our amazing guest, Rachel Smets.
Thank you so much, Emily. What an amazing introduction. I love that. Thank you.
I'm so excited because I've always wanted to talk to someone about this kind of topic, because there can be quite a kind of, feeling about quitting corporate and, creating your dream life. So can we start with kind of just finding out a bit more about you, about maybe your corporate journey and what you're doing now, and kind of the differences to maybe inspire our audience right now?
Yeah, totally. And it's absolutely, I love talking about this because there are so many people that it's like, oh, you know what? I'm 40 years old. I'm in a corporate job and this is not what I enjoy. This is not what I'm meant to do. I want to do something more meaningful with my life. But hey, here I am. I'm 40. I'm earning really good money. And, there's a risk out there that is unknown. So I might as well stay because it's just giving me monthly income. And that's exactly where I was. I was like, I had the degrees, I had the diplomas, you climb that corporate ladder. I was like a commercial manager and a consultant manager and a project manager. I had different roles, but anyway, I was in there, but I hated every minute of it. I hated every minute of it because I knew deep down, it's like, I want to help people. I want to serve people. I want to, I didn't really know what it was, but I wanted to be my own boss. And I was just so fed up of like smiling every day, like a fake smile and a fake hello. And are you doing? Yes, I'm fine. And it was just all fake. And it was like, just because you want to please your boss and please the company. And I hated that. And asking for permission to buy a pen and asking for permission to buy some office things. And it's like, and now I'm like, yesterday I was doing a little post, like I was at the gym in the middle of the day. I'm like, you know what? I can go to the gym in the middle of the day now. I used to like have to wake up at 6 a.m. because I wanted to go to the gym, or I needed to ask for permission to go on a holiday, or, it's like, so yeah, but then here's the thing, the fear, like I'm earning good money. I have all these benefits and a car, and you're actually good at what you're doing after so many years working. It just goes automatically. You go to your office, you do your thing, and you just, you do the basics and you have a good salary. So, I mean, it's like, wait, am I going to leave that? And then comes the fear, and we can talk more about those fears in a moment, but the fear of what, oh my gosh, what is my family going to say? And what are other people going to say? And, how stupid am I because I have all these benefits and then I want to leave all of that? The one thing, Emily, that drove me to change, and I can't repeat that enough, and it's still in my mind today for everything that I do, is the thought of growing old, like you're 90 years old or 80 years old, and you look back upon your life and you're like, I wish I had done it. Like, I wish I had lived the life that I wanted. And it's like that thought is like, no. I mean, there's so much research that has been done with older people that look back upon their life, and that's the regret. Like the regret is like, I did a video on that the other week, right? It's like regret is poison. Regret is like the biggest pain in your life. But the pain of regret is way bigger than the pain of change. The pain of regret is way bigger than the pain of change. And it's I'm like, no, I need to change. I need to get out of here, And so, yeah, so I decided to take a step, and I didn't take the leap of faith. Emily, I don't know about you, but a lot of people are like, oh, just do what you want to do and just follow your heart and just jump, and just no, please, everybody who's watching, do not do that. That's exactly what I'm helping people with. It's like that transition phase, like I call it an escape plan. You have to plan it. I didn't quit overnight. No way, don't do it. You need money. Come on, I'm really down to earth, straightforward. It's like, no, it's not like, oh, now I go online and I earn money. You know that very well, Emily. It's not that easy. It's not.
You're so inspiring to listen to, and it's always great to see someone doing what they're preaching. Do you know what I mean? You have done this. You have gone from that, oh, yeah, I can't even go to the gym in the middle of the day, to traveling. You're traveling so much and you're doing what you love, yeah, and you're earning money. And you're showing other people how to do that too. And I love what you just said, that the pain of regret is bigger than the pain of change. So just,
I love that too.
Do it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Online, a lot of people make it look so easy. It's like, oh, you go online now, you just join this affiliate and you'll earn money like nothing. No, it's not true. You have to build up your credibility, build up your authority. And I'm talking to people who want to quit their job, and like you and me, we wanna grow our business online. Like we want to coach people, we want to help people, inspire people. And so that's what I wanted to do. But it's a lot of digging deep within yourself to find out what is it that you're good at, because a lot of people are still like, oh, I'm not good enough to do that. Wait a minute, hold on. You're 40 years old, you have a lifetime of experience. Of course you have enough to offer. I'm not saying I'm still not learning. I learned everything about audio, about video. I had no idea. I learned a lot of technical stuff, so I'm still learning, but the experience and the skills that we have learned for 40 years, we can use that in our online business. We can use that to coach people. So, don't be afraid that you're not good enough, or that you're not, that you don't know enough, because that's not true. It's just figuring out, okay, how can I use those skills to actually, work online?
Mm,
And then it's trying. Like for me, it was like, I started Googling, okay, making money and doing things online. And I thought, okay, what can I do? I'm speaking 6 languages, I'll use that. So I started as a language tutor. I'm like, okay, I need to step into the world online. I had no idea. So I started, tutoring languages, and it earned really, really not much at all. But it was for me the first step into the online world, and knowing like, yeah, it's actually, you can earn money online. Like if I would do that full time, I could do it. But I did a lot of trying things out and figuring things out while I was still in the corporate, right? And then the more I did that, and then I started writing my book. But here I am, Emily, I'm saying this, and you have to know that, like we're determined. Like the one thing is, like, you have to want this. It's not like, oh, maybe I'll
that'd
do
be
it, maybe
nice.
not. No, I was like, I need to get out of this corporate. I couldn't stand it anymore. It's like, no, I'm going to make this work. So when I wrote a book, it was like night after night after night. It's like, no, no TV, nothing, going out with friends. No, I don't care. I want my business to grow. And I wanted it. And I wanted it so bad. I didn't care about the social events. I just did it.
So this is my favorite part of the kind of episode, where we kind of talk about the limitations you've maybe come across and how you've overcome it, because there's definitely things that people are going to be struggling with in this transition phase, as you say, as the escape route kind of. So what limitations did you come across, and how did you overcome them?
Confidence and fear, but confidence comes through overcoming those fears. Like I used to be the person, and I want people to know this, like I am introverted, I am super shy. Like I used to be the person who didn't speak up. I was afraid of what other people would say, and it's and becoming clear of what my purpose and my calling is, the confidence follows, which is also why my first book was Awaken Your Confidence, because I interviewed a lot of people, really successful people, the people like, oh, they have it all. Like they're so confident, they're speaking, they're on TV, they're, all kinds of people. But the truth is, Emily, they had to learn to grow their confidence. There is no person who's born with confidence. It's a skill that you have to grow. So by doing and taking steps and overcoming fears, your confidence will grow. It's just a matter of knowing what steps to take, right? So that's the confidence part. But the limitations, it's the fear. Like, first of all, fear of what my parents, here I am, 40 years old, I'm still afraid of what my parents are going to say. It will never change. They will be my parents. I love them to bits, but you just worry about what they're going to say. It's just your family, right? It's like, what are they going to say? They are the kind of people like, have your job and your money and security and financial security, and don't leave that security. So that was like a really big fear. But then comes the fear of the unknown. I think that for me was those two, like, what are other people and especially my parents going to say? And the fear of the unknown, because people talk a lot about the fear of failure, the fear of success, and I talk about that also. But the fear of the unknown, that was the key one for me. Like, you don't know what's out there. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I was going to make it. I didn't know if what kind of business I would have. I didn't know. So the fear of the unknown is the biggest one. And you asked how I overcame that. It's by learning, and here's where my psychology background comes into, but I talk about that a lot in my videos as well, the power of the thoughts, because all of the fear is just coming from the stories that we put in our mind, right? And so the fear of other people, it's like, okay, you have all these stories in your mind, like, oh, they're going to say this and they're going to say that. but it's here. It's like nobody's selling you that. It's not real. It's like you're putting up all these stories, which creates worry, and it's not even real. And when it comes to the fear of the unknown, I learned that everything everything in life is unknown, like everything, like the couch I'm sitting on, the shirt you like, everything starts with the unknown, and everything starts with a thought. Like, Edison was thinking, about a light. He didn't know how to make it. Like everything, like the design of the couch I'm sitting on, like it starts with a thought, right? Everything starts with a thought. And then you start visualizing it, and then you start, trying things out, and then you start creating it. So everything that I'm looking at in this room, it's like that's how it starts. So growing your own business and starting online, everything starts here. So I thought, okay, I can do one thing and think like, oh, I'm miserable in this corporate job, or I can do this. I can start traveling the world. I can grow my own business. And it's always a mind shift. Like everything that I'm doing, and I really train myself to do these mind shifts all the time, because it's nothing but that. Like, oh, I don't know, and I'm stuck, and I'm miserable in this job. Okay, well, keep telling yourself that and you'll stay miserable and stuck in a job. But then I shifted it to, no, I can do this. I can grow my business. I'll figure things out, and opportunities open up. Right. So it's really, we don't have time to dig into this deeper, but it's all it is those thoughts, every time, like, I'm not good enough. Wait a minute, I am good enough. I can do this. It's like constant shift. And I train myself in that. And again, that takes effort, okay? Because there's always two voices. Yeah, it's okay. You can do this. No, it's not okay. You can't do, like, always, constantly, until today, I'm still having that. But I'm trained so well in it that the moment that I have this negative thought, I switch it right away, right? Because I recognize it, and I train myself to do it. One more thing that really, really, really helped me, and that's something I would really, recommend, like something that people can do right now. It's surround yourself with the right people. And what do I mean by that? Is, let's say, my parents or the conservative people who, they love me to bits, but they wanted to keep me safe, and they were worried, and they gave me fear. Like when I was like, no, I want to quit, and I want to, start my business, and I want to travel. Really? Are you sure? I mean, why would you do that? Like, and they make me doubt myself even more. So those are the people that, the more I talk to them, the more I stay stuck. What I started doing was surround myself with people that are living the life that I wanted, that were living this laptop lifestyle, that were traveling the world. And so the more I talked to them, it's like, yeah, I started this, and I asked a question, I had conversation, and oh my gosh, it motivated me, it inspired me, it showed me the steps that I could take, right? So if there's one thing that I can really recommend, besides the thought work, the mindset work, the fear, overcoming, all of that is work in progress. But start today by looking at people who are doing what you want to do. Like, do you want to write a book, Emily? Then, I'm sure you talked to some authors. That's what I did. When I first launched my YouTube channel, I talked to other YouTubers because I wanted to know how they did it. When I did a TEDx talk, I started talking to TEDx, people who did that. When I, the laptop lifestyle, I start surrounding myself with people who are in Facebook groups that, are living that lifestyle, because I want to learn from them, and I want to, and they will inspire you, and they will pull you through and not hold you back.
Success leaves clues. So if someone else has done it,
yes,
you can do it too. They've written books, they've done podcasts, you can speak to them if you can. There's so many ways that you can find how they did it, and not copy them, but emulate them, because some things you might not agree with, but some things you'll think, yes, that's exactly what I need to do next. I do want to ask you, because I know you said that when you're in your corporate job, it was like, I must get out of this. I need to get out of this. But for people who feel like that, but aren't quite sure of what business they could take or what they could do, what would you suggest to them people?
Get a coach. Seriously, I mean, get a coach, or get a mentor, or get someone who can help you figure it out. Because when you're on your own and you're so stuck in the middle of it, it's really hard, and you may or may not get out of there, but it will take you a very long time. And again, it comes down to surround yourself with the right people, like whether you get a coach or a mentor or someone. Because, like, the way when I coach people, they're like in the middle of it, they're so stuck and they can't see it. But as a coach, I'm standing outside of it, and I know the steps, and I know the path to take. And I can say, look, start doing this and start doing that. And everybody's different, but it really comes down to, okay, hold on, let's figure out what are your strengths, what are your skills, what are your values, what is that dream of you. And it can never be specific. Like I said, I didn't know like, oh, this is exactly what I'm going to do. No, but you have like, I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to travel, and I knew I wanted to be location independent. And I knew I wanted that freedom of being my own boss, right? So there are several things that you do know, like what do you like, what do you not like, and then we start, figuring things out. There's definitely a process, but if you're on your own, the mistake that I made, and that's what I want people to avoid, is you go online and you spend hours and days, how to make money online, how to grow, how can I quit, and you just and then you take a Facebook challenge and a webinar and a course and another book, and you're just so overwhelmed because one person like, no, you have to do affiliates, and no, you have to do MLM, and no, and this network marketing is the best of there is, and no, you have to, and it's like, and nothing of that fitted me. But I was just, again, always looking outside, right? But it's like, it starts here. It really starts here. And then, yeah, within. So, yeah.
No, that's so helpful. Get a coach, get a mentor, get someone who can support you, work through what's going on in your head and what is right for you. Because like you said, them things weren't right for you. I also went through all of those things, network marketing. They weren't right for me. What I'm doing right now is right for me. As a final question, I want to ask you, knowing what you know now, what would you say to your past self who was wanting to quit corporate? What would you say to someone who is sitting here watching this, wanting to quit corporate? What would you say to them?
I would tell myself to get a coach sooner, because I did wait. I did wait probably a couple of years trying to figure it out. And I feel that was a waste of my time, because those last years I was so stressed out, really so stressed out, that it affected my health, and I got stomach aches all the time. And it just, it wasn't good for my health. So I would definitely, thinking back, I think it's a brilliant question, actually. I never really thought about it, but I'm not saying I regret going into corporate. I don't say that, because the way I'm coaching people now, that experience that I gained from corporate is amazing. Like, I know exactly where those people are. I know exactly how it is to work in a corporate. I know exactly, how it is and how it feels. So I don't regret that, because I did, I'm always looking at what did I learn from it. Even though I hated every minute of it, I wasn't the most beautiful hotels for my job, and and countries, and I traveled as well, and so I did have a lot of good experiences, even though I hated it. But in the last years, I knew I wanted to get out, and I just didn't know how. So I would definitely, it took me a while to hire a coach, because I wasn't. Maybe now it's more common to have a coach, and I don't know, a few years ago I was like, coach, really? I mean, but get someone, a coach from someone that you feel, okay, I feel a good connection with this person, and they've walked the path, and I can learn from them. So, and it doesn't mean you have to have a coach or the same coach forever. I think that's also a misconception, because when I wrote my first book, I had a coach who coached me just for that. When I did my TEDx talk, I had a coach for a little bit, to just teach me those really, things about the TEDx specifics. And then I had a business coach. So, it's not like one coach forever. It's like, you go through phases, and you go through coaches. But I think when you look at all the successful people out there, everybody's working with a coach or a mentor, everyone. So I think that is a mindset thing, again, that I had, like, because I wasn't used to it, I didn't know about it. But it was definitely something that I think the moment you have a coach, you just feel like, I'm not alone. I can, I have someone who supports me, who has my back, who's following me, who's like telling me what to do. And it's just such a peaceful feeling, instead of all the storm and the stress. So I think that would be it.
Amazing. No, thank you so much for sharing what you've shared today. Have you got any final words on this topic?
Follow Emily and me on YouTube. Like, just type my name and you find me on YouTube. And if you resonate with Emily's work or with me, I mean, just talk to us. Like, seriously, just ask us questions. Just talk to us. And there's one quote that's always on my mind. Life changes, and so can you. So I'm going to repeat that, because if you're stuck right now, life changes, and so can you. So you can change. It's not too late. You're not too old. It's never too late.
So inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. If Rachel has inspired you today, I'm going to put all of her details in the description below. Please go check her out. Go subscribe, go like, everything like that. If you have enjoyed this video or got value, let us know by hitting that like button, putting a comment in the comments, subscribing, and pressing the bell button. I'm so grateful for you, and thank you. I really appreciate you, Rachel. Thank you for being here.